You know, one of the things about this channel is we love to shoot down trade rumors. So today, you guys are going to get two for the price of one. You're going to hear a stupid Lakers trade rumor that we're probably shooting down, and a stupid Dodgers trade rumor that we're going to shoot down as well. In addition to that, the Rams can clinch a playoff berth as soon as this week. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. So it is December 27, 2023. I am stuck in St. Louis, Missouri. It is going to probably snow today, so I'm not looking forward to that whatsoever. Holy crap, do I wish I was back at home in the sun. But let's at least talk some LA sports. Put a smile on our face. Do you like being in the know about LA? Then click-a-clack the like button. Click-a-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment, because I look forward to hearing from you guys. Before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. James Harden scored 29. Paul George added 25. And the Clippers are back on the winning side. They knocked out Charlotte 113-104. Meanwhile, today, the Holiday Bowl. Arguably the traditionally best bowl game not on New Year's Day. And today, USC is facing 15th ranked Louisville. You know, the Trojans haven't won a bowl game since 2017. We'll talk just a little bit more about that game in a moment. Also, San Jose is playing the Kings at 7 o'clock. It's the first of a back-to-back for the Kings. And let's get to the news. You know, even if the Lakers were lottery bound, they would be the epicenter of all trade rumors in the NBA. And I must tell you, I find it extremely annoying. I mean, it bothers me to my very core, because no matter how much logic, no matter how much common sense you try to put against this tsunami of stupidity, these Lakers trade rumors, you can never overcome it. It's junior high school gossip. It's like you've got TMZ up here, then you've got 30 feet of crap, and then there are the Laker trade rumors, right? And it's even worse because you know that the NBA has a really strict salary cap, which limits player movement. It's one of the primary reasons why everybody knew Kyrie Irving was never coming to the Lakers, for example, and yet you kept hearing 4 or 5 new Kyrie Irving to the Laker rumors every single day. So what I'm about to tell you, even though the scribe is legit, I don't buy it at all. Shams Charania of The Athletic is reporting that the Lakers have targeted DeJounte Murray of Atlanta. Now, don't get me wrong. It might be an upgrade for the Lakers. He is valuable as an off-ball guard next to Trae Young. He does shoot 39% from three-point range. But is he that much better than Austin Reeves if Austin Reeves wins back his starting role? That would be one thing. And oh, by the way, the Knicks want him more, and they have more cap space in order to try to fit him in. So, no, why would the Lakers break things up to get a guy who might just be a minuscule upgrade over Austin Reeves? You tell me. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have traded for Tyler Glasnow. We already knew that. Formerly of Tampa Bay. And the reason for it, according to a scribe, is that the asking price that the Chicago White Sox had for Dylan Cease was way too high. See, the Sox are actually talking right now with the Cincinnati Reds. And the Reds are offering 3 prospects that were ranked in the top 100 of Baseball America's top 100 minor leaguers. So the same scribe who is reporting that is now trying to say, psst, you know, the Dodgers have a lot of prospects in the top 100 too. Maybe they should pursue Dylan Cease again. Here's why you shouldn't buy it. Before you buy into any crazy rumors, remember who the agent is. Scott Boras. And we've been talking about it for weeks. I'm going to keep beating that topic into the ground. The Dodgers do not like working with Scott Boras because Scott Boras is notorious in Major League Baseball for trying to hype as much drama as possible to try to screw the team out of not only every cent, but to try to package his own players and send them in groups over to particular teams. The Dodgers got caught up in that vortex when Fox owned the team. Why did Cody Bellinger not stay with the Dodgers? It's because the Dodgers didn't want to deal with Scott Boras. So no, I don't think the Dodgers are going to sit there and break open their minor league system and blow it to smithereens to land a Scott Boras client. The only Scott Boras client that Andrew Friedman went after in the last few years was JD Martinez. That was a one-year deal. And they wanted to make sure that guy wouldn't stay in Dodger Blue so bad that they paid Shohei Ohtani $700 million. Anything to keep Scott Boras and his grimy mitts out of the Dodgers' pocketbook. By the way, the Dodgers have also signed a free agent infielder named Jonathan Arauz to a minor league contract. Not really much of an impact signing. He did play for the Mets last year. He's had cups of coffee in the major leagues for 4 years. Not exactly a needle mover. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned keeping an eye on Rams wide receiver Demarcus Robinson. And by the way, Robinson, if you look at the number of plays where you're on the field, Robinson has now supplanted Tutu Atwell as the Rams' number 3 receiver. Robinson played all but 5 snaps when the Rams defeated New Orleans on Thursday. Atwell, 4 snaps total. That's it. Now, Sean McVay still says he has to get Atwell involved in the offense, but let's be real. Sean McVay's been saying that about Tutu Atwell now for 4 years. By the way, if you're wondering about how much better the offense runs with Demarcus Robinson on the field, Matthew Stafford has 9 passing touchdowns in his last 4 games. Over the first 10 games, only 8. And the Rams, by the way, thanks to this offensive largesse, they actually can clinch a playoff spot as soon as this weekend. Now, there's 2 scenarios where it can happen, but they're going to need help. In either scenario, they have to beat the Giants. They have to go into New York and beat the Giants. And if that happens, and Pittsburgh beats Seattle, the Rams are in. If they beat the Giants, and this is a tougher ask, and Green Bay and Minnesota tie, then the Rams are in. So yeah, despite having tens of millions of dollars in dead salary cap space that they could not use in this whole remodeling year, where everybody thought that the Rams would be more likely to be competing for the number 1 draft pick. Remember how many people were talking about maybe the Rams can draft Caleb Williams? And the Rams were like, no, we're really trying to go for the playoffs. Let's be real. Sean McVay can flat out coach. 18 USC Trojans will not be playing in the Holiday Bowl today. It's going to look a lot different out there, guys, in Cardinal and Gold. No Caleb Williams. No Marshawn Lloyd. No Brendan Rice. And I got to tell you, when you look now at the roster, even if you're kind of a USC hater, try to find it in your heart to root for Miller Moss. Because this guy His persistence is unsurpassed. I mean, how many guys came to USC and were anointed the next great Trojans quarterback while Miller Moss was just quietly working in the background? Because it's more than Caleb Williams. It was Keaton Slovis. It was Jackson Dart. It was Malachi Nelson. All along, there was Miller Moss working his craft. And by the way, this is not only his first start in 3 years as a Trojans quarterback. This guy's going to have to make it work against the 15th ranked team in the nation, throwing to a bunch of receivers that you might not have even heard of. Few of them are going to be freshmen, I might add. Deuce Robinson, Jacoby Lane. And that's what I'm going to wind up watching out for tonight. I really am. LAFC's director of football, Marco Garces, is leaving the team. He's going to head to Spain and join Celta Vigo as its new sporting director. That's going to be a hit for the black and gold. Now, I want to be clear about this. It's way premature to suggest that LAFC is going to have this massive drop in terms of talent on the pitch, in terms of the way that the team is run. But they have lost two major pieces to the front office within the last year. Garces, and the other being Will Kuntz, who went over to eventually become the GM of the LA Galaxy. Again, not predicting doom and gloom for LAFC, because they have a pretty strong overall program going. But let's not act like this is something that they can go on and pretend that there's no impact. There's going to be an impact. It's become painfully obvious that PJ Tucker wants out with the LA Clippers. To his credit, he's not slamming the team. You know, he's not dogging his teammates or the coaching staff or the front office out. He's just being basically matter of fact about the whole damn thing. For example, he said that he has talked to Coach Tyronn Lue. The poor man has not played for the Clippers in a month. His last game, November 27th. And what Lue said, Tucker went to the press and said, quote, "We understand the situation. There aren't minutes to be had for me right now," unquote. And then he said that there should be minutes for him somewhere else. So if you're looking for a 38-year-old power forward, feel free to break out your cell phone and call Crypto.com Arena. But you let me know what you think of the comments thread. Talk to me about whether or not you believe the Lakers are now aiming to trade for a guard from Atlanta not named Trae Young. Talk to me if you think the Dodgers do, in fact, need to make a trade for another starting pitcher. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.